Greetings, this is JB Technologies here, and I wanted to talk about MacBooks. And you got two MacBooks right over here. These are two 13-inch MacBook Pros, and you would think that these two MacBook Pros are the same. But if y'all have dealt with MacBooks, or some that have, kind of like started out with MacBooks, you know that they're not all the same. Now, you would have these two MacBooks, and they look similar, but they are different. Why are they different? Because one and the other are made in different time periods. That's right. And that is a big factor when it comes to upgrading the OS on a MacBook Pro. Now, you would think that you also have things when it comes to specifications for MacBook Pros, and that has a difference. And yes, it does as well. But also, the model of these particular machines is a factor. Now, you would have one machine, it kind of, looks in pretty good shape and everything like that. But it was made and basically manufactured in 1 year, and this was made and manufactured in another year. It's kind of like, cars, basically. You could have a 2019 Toyota Corolla, and then a 2020 Toyota Corolla, and then a 2021 Toyota Corolla, or whatever it is. And while they may look the same, the parts on the inside may be different. So when it comes to maintenance of a car, you probably need different parts from a 2019 to a 2020, or a 2020 to a 2021. Same case goes here with MacBooks and MacBook Pros. When you want to upgrade, you basically have to think about what can be on these machines. Now, if you have like a fairly new, brand new machine, usually you may not have to worry about it unless if you really have a brand new machine which comes with that M1 chip. And with that M1 chip, and if you do upgrade to the latest OS on a MacBook, you got to be careful, because some programs have not gotten everything down pat when it comes to compatibility with the new operating system. But when it comes to used systems, especially with MacBooks, because MacBooks do last a fairly long time. Actually, you will see here with these two MacBooks, the years of those MacBooks, and you see how long they could basically last, and that they do have a long shelf life, but Macs or Apple does kind of limit that shelf life, and it is very, very important to note that, because if you're actually looking for a MacBook and it's not brand new, you have to consider how long you could basically still use that machine. So what we're going to do here is we're going to compare these two MacBooks, and you'll see how both of those have a stark difference when it comes to upgrading the operating system. Now, as you can see here with this one, this is a 13-inch early 2011 model of a MacBook Pro. And with that particular version, you could only go as high with the operating system as those model machines allow. Now, you do see that it has a processor of a Core i5, 8 gigabytes of memory there, and that the startup disk information is also there, as well as also the graphics. And of course, you can't know what the serial is for this one, but of course, if you've kind of dealt with a couple of MacBooks before, that you do know that they do have a limit as far as like the operating system that it could have on the machine, so that it performs at its best capabilities. we do know about the newer operating systems that are out there. Right now, it should be Big Sur as the operating system for the newer model MacBooks. And when you have models that are around, like I said here, 2011, or something like that, that they can't really handle those type of operating systems. Actually, you may have issues trying to get like the 10.15 on there, which is Catalina. So with that, you basically have High Sierra as the best operating system that those type of MacBook Pros can allow. So with the early 2011 machines, as you can see, that's about, we're on 10 years with the MacBook. That is the operating system that it can handle with the best of its capabilities. So you do have there with that is High Sierra for early 2011 model MacBook Pro. So if there are people that are looking to get a used MacBook Pro, and you see there that it is 2011, and if it has any operating system below High Sierra, then the upgrade to High Sierra is about as far as it can basically go, and you won't be able to catch up with the later operating systems that are out there for MacBooks. Now with this one, this is a mid 2012 model 13-inch. So I showed you the differences there between one machine and the other machine, even though they were both 13-inch MacBook Pros. One, like I said, was made and manufactured later than the other. And you see here that this does say mid 2012, and you see also that with a 2012 model that you could go up to Catalina. Like I said, you still do have operating systems that are later out there for MacBooks. So the thing is that you gotta also consider how far you could go as far as like what you could install on your MacBook. So you do have the things where you go up to like I said, High Sierra, Mojave, Catalina, Big Sur, and Big Sur is the kind of like the latest one of the latest ones actually that's out there as far as like the operating system goes. Big Sur is actually the first one that is Mac 11. You have those that are like, of course we went through a whole bunch of versions of 10. And you see there Sierra, High Sierra, Mojave, Catalina. Catalina is about as far as you could go with a 10 version of the Mac OS. So right now you have this thing here that says Catalina, and if you have the capabilities to upgrade to Big Sur, you might have to think about that, because like I said, there are some programs within Mac that aren't completely compatible with Big Sur as of yet. So hold off on that for now. Big Sur is fairly new, so there's still some kinks that got to be worked out. But after they work out those kinks, then you could upgrade to Big Sur if that is possible. But like I said, when you consider getting a new or used MacBook, think about how long that particular MacBook could last. And like I said, with the previous MacBook specs that I showed, that they can last up to 10 years or more, depending on how long you want to stretch it in the basic hardware specifications that it has. So that's why a lot of people kind of like lean towards going for MacBooks, because while they do lean on the expensive side, they can last for a very long time. While on the flip side, you got laptops that don't cost that much, considering the specs and things like that, unless if you're going for the real high end graphical machines. But they only last for maybe, I would say, 3-4 years, 5 or 6 years tops. So that's why a lot of people lean towards MacBooks right there. But like I said, when to consider getting a used MacBook or a new MacBook, gotta consider the hardware specifications of those things. JB Technologies signing out.